Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm your host, James Norm, and you are now watching Norm-Ality. So we're just going to jump right on in and throw the map up there. I'm going to show you that last we left off, I completed Misty Island, Sentinel Beach, and Fire Canyon. In this video, all circled on the map, we're going to complete Percursor Basin, Lost Percursor City, and Rock Village. With that being said, let's get on with it. So before I get into nitty-gritty stuff, I'm just let you know straight up, every time you get to a new village, you're just going to want to talk to everyone. So I'm going to run around and talk to everyone. I'm going to let you hear what they got to say.
Until we find out why the blue sage disappeared, you're going to need to collect 45 power cells to fuel his machine. Go get them.
I'll speak to y'all after I've finished this.
Beware of the dark light, for it has twisted the fate of one of you. Bring me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
You two look like a couple of capable fellows. I've got a research project going, and maybe you could help me out.
Hey, we're the ones on a big quest here. We ask you for help.
Well, perhaps we can help each other. I've been studying the burrowing habits of lightning moles in the Percursor Basin next to our village for years. But now those awful lurkers have scared the moles to the surface. And since they're blind as bats, they can't find their way back underground. If you could herd them back into their burrowing tunnels, you might just save their lives. I've got a power cell that says you can do it.
Yeah, lightning moles. We care. Maybe for 2 power cells.
Nice try. But I would be willing to part with another power cell if you two find me 90 precursor orbs for my research equipment. Fair enough?
Oh, no, not another hero. I lost my short on this so-called hero's been fight against the monster up there. Trust me, the smart money's on the monster. That wager pretty much tapped me out. So, I got a proposal. Bring me 90 orbs to get me back on my feet and out of this barrel, and I'll give you a power cell in return. And if you're game, I do have one more bet online. My big comeback. Beat the record time race in Dead Man's Gorge in the Percursor Basin, and I'll get a pretty payoff. For that, I'll give you another power cell.
Oh, my aching head.
Hey, that's one of your vital organs. Walk it off, tough guy.
Oh, sure, I was tough once. Maybe even the toughest of them all. I single-handedly defended this village from those horrid creatures for almost a year. Then that horrible monster arrived and commenced the boulder bombardment. So, full of valor, armor shining in the sun, I climbed the hill to take him on. But he pounded me like one tenderizes a yakao steak.
Have you tried attacking him with your melodrama? 'Cause it's killing me.
After my last stunning failure, he sealed the passageway to his roost with a 30-ton boulder, leaving no way for anyone to challenge him again. So, our sage, a master of blue eco and a mechanical genius, devised a machine capable of lifting the boulder out of the way. But alas, he disappeared before we had a chance to turn it on. And he took all of his power cells with him. At least I was able to pull enough pontoons out of our bridge to prevent that monster from coming down here to do me harm.
Yeah, good job, tough guy. But we're gonna need you to put him back and stuff.
Oh, sure, and seal my doom? All right, fine. Bring me 90 precursor orbs and I'll let the pontoons loose. But I'm not going to fight that monster again.
And I'm back. As you can tell, those were extremely hard for me to get. They are such a pain in the rear.
Hang in there, little ones.
But if we look up on my map, you can see that all my Rock Village icons are lit up. That means I have every single mission ready for me. And I like to see that. I like to have all my side quests available, even if I don't do them right now. Now, the first area we're actually going to go, we're just going to go straight to the Percursor Basin, and I'm going to start working in that area. Just a little blow through this. These are the lightning moles, or thunderbolts. I'm going to round them up real quick.
That's one of those flying lurkers.
Now, right after that, I'm actually going to go straight towards this flying lurker, and we're just going to mow them down like we did with the lurkers and the balloons and Misty Island. Now, these buggers are hard to catch, so I am literally just going to fast forward through the first one, and then after that, when you see one, just know I'm going to cut to right when I hit it, because trust me, there's like a good 5 or 6 minutes of me just chasing them around the whole darn map, trying to get them taken care of. Now, this would be actually a good time to let you know about this area. So this area, Percursor Basin, is actually divided into 2 parts. The first part is which I am in here right now. That's where you'll find the Thunderbolts and 2 of the 4 flying lurkers. But there's also the purple rings here, and the race is also in the first part. Now, easiest way to get this whole place taken care of is start in the first part, get everything in the first part, and then go on to the second part. So you won't be getting a power cell from the lurkers until the second part. But technically, I can go back to the geologist after the first part and get a power cell, and I could technically go to the mayor and get a power cell for the race. I am not going to do that. I'm just going to get the whole Percursor Basin done first. The second part,
We beat the record time.
just to give you a little rundown on the second half of the Percursor Basin. So right off the bat, you can take care of the last 2 flying lurkers, and that will get you a power cell. And then you have blue rings they have to drive through, kind of like the purple rings except they're blue, and you'll actually get a power cell from that. Also, you can find the last few scout flies over there, and there is a flower. I don't have a big understanding of this flower, but there's like these bluegrass that you run over with green eco, and it destroys them, and it pops out a giant blue flower that spits out a power cell for you. But then the last power cell is actually floating in the middle of the air. You have to ramp off of a cliff just to get that one. It's kind of in every level they kind of have that little secret power cell that you have to like think ahead just to get it. So the last two power cells I need is the floating one in the middle of the sky and the fly through the blue rings. And right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have a lot of difficulty with this because these little cliff areas in the middle of them all, they're just a pain in the butt to navigate. I'm not that good at driving in video games, so when it comes down to platforming while driving, better believe I am not going to do well. So I hope it doesn't bore you too much, but you get to watch how many times I fail. One thing I really did enjoy about this level is specifically the music, and I'm over here thinking to myself, I'm like, what does this music remind me of? Because it's very metallic, it's got a good beat to it, and I realized what it reminds me of. If you look up online, some guy, he connected like some electro sensory device that plays music with through electro signals. He hooked it up to a mushroom, and this mushroom created this kind of music, and I feel like that's the kind of music I'm thinking of. And I guess you could say this music feels really organic for some reason. It feels like synthesized but organic. And it's a really weird combination, but you kind of get like it gets in your head. And now, actually, the last two power cells are the mayor and the geologist, which I will go take care of about now. I'll just go into the village and talk to them and pretty much tell them, hey, I got your stuff done. So, with that being said, I'll be pretty much done with the Percursor Basin.
Thank you for saving those moles. That's awfully good of you. Here's a power cell to help you out. Now I can get back to my research.
kid. I
So
knew
now that I got
time
the
record
power
would
cells
fall.
from the
Now
mayor
here's your power
and
cell,
from the
and I'm gonna go
geologist,
collect my big
I'm actually going to go
payoff.
on to the next area, which is the Lost Percursor City. And this is another area I kind of enjoy, but if you go way too fast and just kind of blow through it, you will miss a lot, and it will be a pain in the butt to have to go back. So, in this area, you actually encounter a few new enemies, and just to kind of give you like a little spill with this whole game, a lot of these levels that you encounter a new enemy, you're like, oh, that's a new bad guy, and then you never see them ever again outside the level. For example, Misty Island, we had that one big dude with the cow skull for his head. You don't see him again. He was just a Misty Island guy. And then in this level, you're going to encounter floaty, spiky lurkers, which you don't see again. Or at least I'm pretty sure you don't. I'm pretty sure you don't. And then you encounter a lurker, a giant lurker with a lurker on its head. So it's like a piggyback ride lurker. I'll just call it that. And you don't encounter those guys anywhere else either. There's another lurker, and it's a little top lurker. He just spins around in a circle. You don't encounter him anywhere else. The only lurker you encounter constantly throughout the whole game is the classic purple hairy one, and the only place you've seen him so far on this level is on the racetrack when we were racing in the Percursor Basin. So you're not going to encounter a lot of these lurkers again. So just so y'all guys know, I'm not really going to point out where all my trophies are, because I feel like if you want to know specifically where my trophies are, then you'll be able to see either it'll pop up on the screen, or I would literally go on my Instagram, you'd be able to see the photos and be like, oh, I know exactly where they are. For example, back when I took care of that plant, you got a trophy called Black Thumb or Green Thumb, and it's kind of a play on words because one of the first trophies I got in the game was defeating that giant plant. I got Black Thumb, so we get Green Thumb also. But I'm just not gonna point out all the trophies because it's getting to the points in the game where trophies are gonna start piling up. I'm gonna start getting trophies more and more for orbs. I'm gonna start getting trophies for power cells. And then, you complete certain missions, you also get trophies. So, for example, like by itself, Misty Island, we had like a good 4 trophies just in that one area. So I'm not gonna point out all my trophies, because if I do that, it just make the video go so much longer. Also, just to kind of point out some more new things about the video, I'm actually doing a commentary style. The last few videos I did record my audio as I was playing the game. This time I'm watching the game and doing a commentary, because I feel like it would be a lot easier for editing wise. I am the only one editing my videos, so when it comes down to it, it's a big learning curve. So I'm just trying something new out, trying to get the feel of things. The next video, I'm probably gonna go back to audio with the video. I may even be able to get my camera working and have my face shown. Who knows? Gotta get technology to work for you, huh? So just to let y'all know, like, there's quite a few different things I'm trying to do. I know the last video was definitely, I'm not sure what happened to that video. I had a lot of audio issues, and that's why I'm doing it this way. So this video, I'm still having kind of some audio issues, but not as extreme as the last video. Another thing with this level, just to help everyone out if you do decide to play this game, easiest way to get through this level is, once again, like the Percursor Basin, it's divided up into rooms or areas. So before you leave an area, look around, make sure you got everything in that one area, and then you go on to the next one. Okay, up to this point, I've never really died in that little dark eco pit, but I'm embarrassed to say I died way too many times in that area. I should not have died that many times. I will say I'm slightly embarrassed to say this. I do die quite a lot in this level, and I'm not gonna lie, half the time I did die, it was really for some stupid reasons. I think it got to the point where I was just trying to get through the level as quickly as possible, because I am a family man, so I do have technically a time limit in everything I do. So just trying to get through it as quickly as possible. And of course, if you try to rush things, a lot of times you end up just getting hurt in the dumbest ways, and you end up like dying in the dumbest ways too. So you'll be able to see all the times I die. So just for everyone's knowledge, the little pod, you jump in, it's going to take you to the surface. So now you got a speedy elevator up to the surface instead of going all the way to the beginning. And as you can tell, power cell is on top of it. Now there is a way to get it when you go on top of the surface. If you go to the right, there's be a little staircase going up, and you could jump onto the little pod. Or you could just do the simple thing and go back down. And when you go back down, power cell stays on top, and you can just jump out real quick and take care of it there.
I got a bad feeling about this. Jack, run! The dark ego is rising!
I will say this little level where I had to run from the dark eco as it was rising up the tower. Before this recording, I had never gotten through that in one go. I always missed jump, or I end up accidentally falling in, or getting hit by a lurker, getting killed by the pipes. But I managed to do this in one go. So I have a theory that recording for you guys is good luck and bad luck at the same time, because I've never died as often on some areas as I did while recording this, but I go through one area perfectly fine. So I'm just gonna go to the right real quick. I'm gonna go grab those orbs that are on that staircase, and then from there I'm actually gonna go pay all the villagers, and hopefully we can get all the orbs for Rock Village and take care of all the scout flies. So right off the bat, you saw me kind of running back and forth. I was actually trying to decide whether I should just take care of the Rock Village right now, or should I just make it into the next video. But I decided to do it now.
Oh, you have the orbs. Here's a power cell we agreed upon.
Whoa, yeah! These orbs will help me win my way back out of this barrel. Here's the power cell, I promise.
Oh, wonderful. You brought me the precursor orbs. All right, I'll fix the bridge. But Don't ask me to get involved with that creature again.
So with that being said, I'd like to say thank you for watching this video, and I hope y'all have a beautiful morning, a beautiful afternoon, and a beautiful evening. I'm your host, James Norm, and thank you for visiting Norm-Ality.